taxes. 2 more questions now.
One here.
Hey, thank you so much. This is just to the diaspora. We've begun the process of going to Congress. President Ruto has defiled the Leahy Act here by using the military last year. So that kind of gives us grounds, but we are trying. So if you're here and you have expertise and can guide us and help us, or even know someone in the foreign relations committee or any committee, please help us so that we can advance this forward. And also we are starting a Kenyan series on August 3rd at the Sankofa. It's going to be talking about the politics of Kenya, colonization period, independence period, and the Kenya now. Again, it's going to be August 3rd, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Sankofa in DC.
I'll connect you with some people. By the way, did I explain myself on the narrative of tribalism? Did I make sense?
So what I'm wondering is, if we Gen Zs don't understand the mountain narrative, how are you going to engage us and find a way to position yourself or position these politics beyond one term and beyond the defense of Mulima? And by the way, I'm not embarrassed to be Kikuyu. I'm from Kirinyaga and Nyeri. You know, you can't get Kikuyu than that. You know, I'm very Kikuyu, but we have, you know, but that's just the truth. How are you going to convince us? Because, you know, I'm trying to explain to you the way we see it, right? There is that pride, yes, you know, of being a Kikuyu. You know, but there is also a people who don't see that. And we as Gen Zs are saying we are tribeless and we are fearless. And the politics being done now is the way it was done 20 years ago, 10 years ago, you know. And that is what is really scaring us, because if we divide ourselves, if you say you're coming to the defense of Mulima, then there's someone in I don't know, Rift Valley or Western, who will also say they are going to that defense. And then there will be another group, I don't know, in, where? Coast, yeah, we are going to that defense. And then now, there will be a vacuum gap, and then Ruto will become president.
I feel you. And the Gen Zs will help us deal with that nonsense. Because they are tribeless, and they are fearless, and they won't change, and nobody can intimidate them or coerce them. But before the Gen Zs help us to have that change, those communities that are targeted by Ruto for extinction must be protected, because if they are not, there will be nobody to vote. So I hear you, and I understand the way you think, but I also want to tell you, at back home, the Gen Zs your age understand what's going on, because they are just there and they are feeling it. They can see that persecution, they can see the discrimination, they can hear the talk, and they can see the way they are being targeted. Because when you go to Kahawa court of terrorism, and out of 100 people charged, 96 are from one area. In the cells, they talk among themselves and wonder what is happening. Yeah. So that is a situation that is there. And it behoves upon leaders. If a people are under siege, those people must be cushioned from destruction and from fear. Because if they become fearful, then the oppressor has succeeded. You see, people want to intimidate people into fear. The Gen Zs cannot be intimidated. But the rest of the population, they buy fear quite quickly. So we must keep on reassuring them, no. Nobody will target you. Nobody will wipe you out. Nobody will destroy your businesses, so that they feel comfortable and they are able to soldier on. You must keep on giving people assurances, especially where fear is being sold. Most of members of parliament are one term, but they cannot dare say because of fear. They cannot even go to a meeting where one term is being discussed because of fear. So you just find a few of them who are courageous. And that's where the Gen Zs now have become a movement, because they are fearless. and they simply don't care. And it has even reached a place where I had to ask the agencies, please, you have made your point. This guy has said you should be shot, and he's doing it. I'm requesting you, much as you are fearless, I need you to help me get the change. And for you to be useful, and for you to enjoy the change you desire, you need to be alive. And this guy is already killing you. So much as you are fearless, you cannot walk into death when you can see this is death, isn't it? So we have to blend that courage, that fearlessness, also with reality. And as a parent, as an elder, I also have a responsibility also to guide my children. Where I feel they are in danger, where I can see they can lose their lives, I have a responsibility, much as they are fearless, much as we need them to help us get the change that we desire. It will be responsible on my part as a leader to allow them to walk into death when I can see. So we continue balancing these things. It's a very difficult, delicate act, but we are getting there. So don't worry, my dear, things will be okay. I'll connect with some people so that we can work around what you are doing, and you are doing a good thing. Please continue with that advocacy, and that is the way to go. And I want to assure you, young girl, don't ask me what I'll do for you if I'm elected president or in the government that will form. I want you to come to be part of that government. We do it together. I want the Gen Zs to sit on the decision-making table so that they are part of the solution of Kenya's problem. I am also aware sufficiently that these Gen Zs who are pushing Ruto to the corner and he's not sleeping. Once we are elected, if we don't measure up to their expectation, they will drive us out of town. Very furiously and with brutal efficiency. So the only way for us to be safe is to bring the Gen Zs on board so that if there is a backlash, we suffer together from their colleagues. Last one, so that we have to go. Okay.
Hi, cousin.
Hi, cousin.
I'm speaking on behalf of cousins.
Yes, please do.
I'm not from Central Province. I'm from your cousin section.
Yes.
So my question is direct, and it is about job creation.
Yes.
I want to talk about national job creation and arid and semi-arid areas job creation, because I think if we create those jobs, we are going to stabilize that country. So my first question is at national level. What are your plans to create jobs? To create jobs in Kenya? And my second question is still about creating jobs, and I want to talk about an area that we feel like we are not in the planning table with the rest of, we haven't been there for a long time. That is arid and semi-arid areas. When you look at the statistics in Kenya, 80% of the country is arid and semi-arid. And when you look at these arid and semi-arid areas, we do have a lot of natural resources. We have 12 hours of sunshine. We have rivers that have water that goes all over to the ocean. And in conclusion, I would like to say that once you go over the, I don't know whether it's over the cliff, once you take over the government, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
No, not once you take over the government, what are your plans to create employments, and not just laborers, not farm laborers, to empower the people in the rural areas? Those are the people I'm talking about, in the rural areas, so that they can start their own agribusiness. What tools are you going to give them? What marketing efforts? What technology? So that they don't just go and work for that 450 shillings per day, to make them employers as well. And in conclusion, I would like to say, I like the way you said, us in the diaspora, we are the people who are coming with solutions. Here in the US, we need you to engage us, to give you solutions, particularly for arid and semi-arid areas. There are certain things we are currently doing there.
Yes.
And they are working.
Yes.
We have piloted, they are working, and people are getting employment. Like for the last maybe 5 years, We have created jobs in certain villages, like over 200 jobs that are sustainable.
Yes.
And we are creating food. We are farming grapes, we are farming oranges, peaches. We are doing that. We are converting deserts into promised land. So we want your team to engage us here in the US,
yes,
so that we can build the country. And we don't want the jobs. We are comfortable here in the US. We have enough here. We have enough pension. Like me, I'm an accountant. I'm a professional accountant here in the US. Okay? So it's not that we want any jobs. We don't want anything to do with corruption. We just want to help our country, and we are bleeding. Thank you.
Thank you, Kuzo. I agree. We need to engage you. That's what we are doing now. And this engagement is continuous. We have to create jobs, and we want to encourage people to come and put up factories for manufacturing in Kenya and cottage industries by making sure that we lessen bureaucracy and we make it easier for people to come and start industries in Kenya, to create employment and to enlarge our tax base. I agree with you, there is huge potential in the arid and semi-arid areas. We have been to Dubai, we have been to Israel, we have seen what technology can do. Those regions are very productive. Again, that is something we want to partner with the diaspora on how we can make that our land, 76% of arid and semi-arid, is productive. Again, we want to change our diplomacy from the traditional diplomacy to commercial diplomacy so that we can look for markets for Kenyan agricultural produce. Because even if we assist our people to produce food, we create irrigation projects in the rural areas, we must look for a corresponding market for those products. Those are the things we are going to work together, and I want to commit that this engagement will be continuous. We want to borrow from you. You know a lot. We don't know everything, and there is beauty in consultation and getting ideas from other people. So we'll create a framework for this continuous engagement. I want to say thank you very much for listening to me. Let me ask Pastor Dorcas to come and say hi. Sindio?
Your Excellency, one last question. One last question, Your Excellency. Yeah, my name is
Si kumekuwa usiku.
Lazima nikuulize, Excellency. My name is Daniel Ochweri. I think we have been together. I had an opportunity to run for Senate of Nairobi in 2022 election.